Feed me chicken.
Hey everybody, what the cluck is going on? I'm Taverns.
I'm Brundolf.
Anna Lovecraft.
We are This Round's on Me, and you're watching Feed Me Chicken.
And in case you didn't know who that was, that is This Round's on Me. Well, it's not easy on me, it's on them. Anyway, they are fantastic. A trio, you've got husband and wife, and you've got best friends. And the great thing about their channel is that they live stream, usually Friday night. It's usually a themed event and usually starts from 11 GMT. Yes, if you have not seen them before, the reason that they are fantastic, the reason that they are brilliant, the reason they are just clucking amazing is because of the way they come across. Now, they live up to their channel's name. They're always cracking open a beer, having a guzzle, and they're usually killing their liver. Oh, you can hear it scream and cry in agony, but they're brilliant. If you're in the chat and you write something in the chat, they don't take themselves too seriously. No, they don't. They love to have a good time, and they will interact with you pretty much throughout. And you don't even have to stay. Usually they stream for about 4 hours, but you don't have to stay that long. They are so appreciative of just you turning up, getting involved, having a laugh. And what's even better is that they don't pretend to be something that they're not. I watched them when they were doing an N64 night. Had they heard of all the games I was talking about? Absolutely not. Did they care? Did they fuck? No, they just said, well, that's a great game. We're going to have to look into it. We'll give it a go. And that's all you want to hear. You know, you don't want to hear that, oh, I'm sure I've heard of that game, but really they haven't. You know, they don't bullshit you in any way, shape or form. They know who they are, they're comfortable where they are. And I give props to them as well. I think their name's Anna. She does their background attire. And if they've got a themed event, you can see it decked out. Oh, it's incredible. And the guys, they're funny as you like. You know you're going to have a good time. So if you have not been to This Round's on Me, make sure you do. Well worth your time. So, you've clicked on this channel, you've clicked on for this video, so you know it's time to talk about Doncaster, the 5th of December, 2021. But before I go any further, you are going to listen to a bit of a blurb from me. Because I owe people an apology. Yes, I do. There are YouTubers out there who have accepted me outside of this format, and they have made me feel so welcome. You know, they've included me in trades, they've included me in gifts, they've included me in, all manner of things. You know, feuds, for example, you know, and they get involved with my channel. Now, I had the opportunity at Doncaster Gaming Market to meet some of them. Did I take it up? No, I didn't. Now, I know how I come across right now. Basically, I'm a prick. I'm an arrogant sod. All those sorts of things, and they are well warranted as a response. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and explain myself, but it's not going to come across as much of an explanation. It's going to be complete toilet, complete crap, and complete rubbish. I get that. But I put myself into this situation, and I got warned of this situation. Did I listen to that? Did I cluck? No, because I didn't actually ever believe this channel would be where it is right now. And it's those people who I've basically kind of offended and kind of shrugged to the side who have got me to where I am today. Now, I hope it doesn't change things, because I am forever grateful for these guys. These guys are amazing. These guys are so friendly, and they don't really care. I mean, they treat me like I'm just a normal person, despite the fact they don't know what I look like. So here it is. Basically, I did not go to Doncaster Gaming Market with the mask on. I did contemplate it. Why didn't I go with a mask? Well, the easy reason for that is because, yes, I could draw attention to myself with a mask on, and that's not the point. But this beak, I didn't want to really start nosing into games, start knocking people around, because that happens. and they're looking at a game and all they do is brush the beak. You're going to piss people off. And considering this is one of the bigger events where people have a time away and forget about COVID for however long they're there for, I really didn't want to ruin that experience for people, and that's where I was. Big shout out though to Big Game Al. Al, I really appreciate what he did was that he messaged the group in the morning. He took a picture of where he was. I knew where he was, how far away he was from Doncaster, and he even offered me a lift. He said, "Chicken, I've got a spare ticket. Do you want to come along with me to the gaming market?" And I said no. I'd even said that I already had plans, which is not a lie. I obviously bought my ticket. I had the early bird ticket. Early bird. Really should have gone with a mask. I had the early bird ticket and I was already planning to go there. I mean, when I was there, wow. Now, it's not as busy as I've been there before. Oh, that's expected, particularly if obviously you're going there just to buy games. I felt sorry for the traders and the sellers and those who wanted to make money there because it just wasn't as busy as probably they were hoping. But for me, it was still busy. There was still loads of stuff there. Oh, it was incredible. And obviously, I did see loads and loads of YouTubers. And every time one of them spoke, I was like this. And the amount of times I caught their eye contact and sheepishly looked behind them. And I'm looking at game, not looking at you. I'm looking at game, looking, no, not looking. You know, and really I should have said hello. I really should have said hello. Going back to obviously the reason not to say hello, you know, I've created this channel. The channel revolves around chicken. Like I say, only a few people know who I know what I look like without the mask on. And if you're into wrestling, you may know of a wrestler called Kane. Now, he was a dominant force in the WWE, then WWF, until the stage when he got unmasked. Now, when he got unmasked, obviously, the creators behind writing his characters really fucked him up. And the only person who can fuck me up is me. And I've done that, as you can tell, by ignoring other YouTubers. But the thing is that with YouTube, you get to think and plan ahead about what you're going to do. Now, I like to think that I come across with different ideas. I try and make it entertaining because otherwise you're watching what you're watching now. It's just a guy with no facial expressions blurbing on and you get bored. And I don't really want that, you know? I'm doing the same as everybody else. I'm just not as entertaining as everybody else. So when I get to think of things, I get to be a bit creative. But that also puts me in a light that maybe I'm funnier than what I am. Maybe I'm more interesting than what I am. And if those people who obviously I look up to, I get to speak to, they teach me things, I don't want them to think that actually you're nothing like your YouTube channel despite being exactly the same person. And then it's like, nah, I kind of don't want to ruin that allure I've got. And I know that sounds dumb, stupid, daft, everything else. But that's what I've done. I've created that. And yeah, I don't really want it to be a ruin that at the same time. But seeing the YouTube community that I'm involved in, how they interact with each other, wow, it was something else. You know, they really, really do get along like they've known each other for absolutely donkey's years. And it makes me go, yes, I really, really want to be a part of that section. The actual physical interaction section, as rather than just the typing and the watching interaction that we have. So there's always a next time. At least I hope there's a next time. It won't be, for me, it definitely won't be the next Doncaster one, which I believe is rumoured to be the end of February. It'll probably be obviously sometime after that. So my thoughts is that if I'm going to obviously meet these fantastic people, I would imagine I would end up not having this on, but I need to do it in a way. Because you only get to make the first impression once. So this is going to be done the way maybe, or it could be I just wear it the whole way through. It's a contemplating idea. But I'm not there yet. All I can say is, look, I'm sorry to the guys who were there, who obviously did offend by not saying hello. Just caught myself in what I see as a catch-22. And mine's ruin it all. Stay masked up, piss people off, or try and do something in the middle. Just not there yet. So, to those guys, again, I'm sorry. And we're in. Now, moving swiftly onwards from an apology to the event itself. And like I said earlier, or alluded to earlier, fucking fantastic for me. I loved it. I loved it. What was even better is that day was my Christmas day. Yes, it came early to the chicken man. So what do I mean? So I spoke to my wife and I've spoken to my children and said, look, I'm going to the market, you know, I can get some really good stuff there. Okay. So the night before, I was due to go off, I get some presents. So, the first present I got was from my brother-in-law. Bailey, if you're watching this, yes. So what did Bailey get me? Well, if you are eagle-eyed enough, you may notice that the resolution of the whole presentation of this video is slightly sharper. I'm currently filming off an iPhone 11. Yes, I've upgraded. What was I on before? I was on an iPhone SE. Now, I love my SE. In fact, it was my second one because I dropped the first one down the toilet. However, the battery on my SE was basically lasting anywhere from about 10 seconds to maybe half hour, an hour, and it was constantly plugged in and constantly charging, which is a real shame. But in all of that, I've now got an iPhone 11 and the battery charge lasts all day. Yes! So I'm really, really chuffed with it. Really, really happy. So thank you very much. But the presents did not stop there. No, they didn't. So the first thing I'm going to show you is this. It is Aura, who's my daughter, who you will know from the Games That Bond Us Together series on this channel. And she has drawn all of this in an envelope. Now this envelope contained money which I was able to use in Doncaster. Oh yes. That's not the only thing I got. No, it wasn't. Also got this. And this was a mini camera which I used to film footage as I was walking around. What is also needed with that, which I'm so glad the boss, my wife, looked at, it needed a micro SD, to which I also got. Now the camera battery lasted about 2 hours, which was fine. I mean, I was there for longer, but the footage I wanted to capture, I did capture. When you guys see the footage, which will basically play in the background here, obviously the background there, is you'll probably see a little box of me showing you what I bought. I just wanted to give you an idea of what it was like while showing you what I got. Now what you're going to notice in the footage is that the footage actually flipped and then flipped. So the date will be somewhere upside down here with the wrong date on because I didn't know it had a time and date. So apparently we're in 2051 and I think it's the 8th of the 8th or somewhere. Yeah, we're in 2051 according to me. Yeah. But was that the only thing? No, it wasn't. Let me just show you the next thing. Now, this came from Zipper, my son. And it's fucking cool. Now I've been using it so the battery's probably dead. But this is the phone case for the iPhone 11. And yes, if you notice, this is a fully working kind of Game Boy clone machine. I don't know how long it's going to last for. Several. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it was pretty damn smart. So, while I was queuing up, I was definitely giving this an absolute play while I was waiting. I was playing that while I was waiting to go in for the early bird at 11 o'clock in the morning. Yes. Now, yes. Now, I have 2 gaming cards that I got from Doncaster. So the first one I'm going to show you is Predator Games. And I'm going to read the back because obviously what you're saying is back to front. It says, your friendly local game shop, video games, collectibles and more. 143 Main Street, Garthard, LS25 1AF. Has a telephone number. The online shop, which is what you want to know, is Predator Games, no spaces, .uk. And you can also find them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I'm assuming that's TikTok. I'm sure that's TikTok. So, I am up to date with all the social media. Facebook's enough for me. Now, the other one that I do want to talk about is a guy I really like, and he has seen me without this gump on my face. Oops. And it was really good because when I saw him and he recognised who I was, massive smile on his face, and that made me feel really good. It was really nice to see that someone, you know, who does know what I look like, wanted to meet me. And that's another thing that, you know, alongside obviously talking to all the tubers that I ignored at the event, you know, it makes me now even more like I do want to meet these people in person. I wanted to meet them anyway, don't get me wrong, but rather than being in 2 minds of do I, don't I, it's now I do, just how am I going to do it? I know, it just seems really lame. This person is Dana, and he has Hidden Chest Gaming. Yes. The shop that's opening in January 2022. He is doing it along with his friend, I believe his name is Liam. They do video games, toys, comics, VHS, and Warhammer. You can email them at hiddenchestgaming, no spaces, at gmail.com. And they can be found at Hidden Chest Gaming, Unit A, Wedgbury Way, Brewery Hill, DY 53JU. And that is Hidden Chest Gaming. You can also find them on Facebook. You can probably find them on Twitter. You can probably find them on Instagram. And you can probably find them in any other way that you can find things these days. So yes, Hidden Chest Gaming. There you go. So let's move on to the items that I bought. I have bought loads. I'm very happy with what I bought. I don't want to go too much into like the pricing because what I bought I was happy with. And all but one store were really, really friendly. And so I'm not one of these people who can afford or is going to go for all these high billing games because at the end of the day, that's not where I'm at. So the first purchase I made was a tenner. And it's Global Gladiators on the Mega Drive. Every game that I bought was complete with the manual, so I don't need to show or open the cases. Now, why did I want Global Gladiators on the Mega Drive? Well, again, this is a game for me where I've played it before, I have memories of it, I just don't own it. So I'm looking forward to just giving this a blast and, you know, we haven't played a game for ages and, you know, when you play it, brings back, oh, I remember that, or oh, I remember that, or this sucks. Well, hopefully I'm going to have some of those retelling tales as I progress through this game. And that was my first purchase, very early on. So my second purchase comes from a seller called Bad FX, and I bought 2 games from these people. The first one was a fantastic one, which is 007, The World Is Not Enough. Now, this game I had never actually heard of until a little while ago. It looks so much like GoldenEye, and I hold GoldenEye is such a high esteem place when it comes to gaming because it's amazing. The multiplayer on this game sadly looks a bit shit, but I'm more interested in the single player game. Can't get my words out in a minute. Of this game, and it's £6. I can't find it any cheaper on eBay than like 12 quid. £6. That was coming home with me all day long. Now, when I was doing how I was doing it, I looked around and I was more looking at games that, or for systems I wouldn't usually be able to find or look for. So, the game that I'm going to show next from Bad FX was actually on my second walk around when I was looking, when obviously I had less money and I was more looking towards like, you know, the PlayStation 2, Xbox sort of stuff. Now, I have picked up Area 51 on the PlayStation 1. And this cost me £5. Now, I actually already own this game. However, I owned it with that really crappy front inlay. It's got yellow down the side. It just looks horrible. I've always wanted this version where it has this front cover. Now I have it, I can move the other one on. But yeah, I mean, it's got cracked case and everything, but that's not the reason I bought it. I wanted it for that front cover, and it's a lot harder for me to find this front cover than I imagine it would be. So yes, already excited. Now, another game that I bought on the second time round came from goldsaucergames.com. Yes, I'm looking down there because I really don't want to be rustling all the like plastic. All this second time round at £8 was Zero Divide. Again, it's a game that's, I think it was cheaper there. A game I haven't looked at before. I think like, you're looking at £12 to £15 on eBay, and it's I think it's polygon based beat 'em up really. I do like my beat 'em ups. I'm shit at them. Don't get me wrong, I'm shit at all my games. But £8 again, nothing wrong with that price. Just come with me. Now, the next game is a PSP game, and I think it's one of the first ones I saw after buying Global Gladiators. And at £5, reading the back again, it was just going to come away with me. And that's Hot Pixel. What's Hot Pixel, you ask? Well, I have absolutely no idea. But the back reads this: 200 plus energized minigames for instant fun. Inspired by Atari classics and street cultures, connect to hotpixel.com and get extra content. Challenge your friends in multiplayer. Basically, reading that, I was kind of thinking it might be kind of like the WarioWare series. I know there's a similar game that I do own on the PSP. Again, kind of reads like this. And as soon as you think WarioWare, is WarioWare anything but fun? But £5. Now, this game I bought on the first walk round. I go with another game that isn't here, it's gone elsewhere. And it was along the back wall. Now, I always find the back wall to be probably the pricier bits of the Doncaster game market. It seems to be like the bigger resellers, if you will. But, you know, at the end of the day, if you don't look at them, you don't know. But this game, as you can see, is an Xbox game. It's a game that I was looking for a while ago. It's kind of fallen off my radar. I saw it. I thought, ooh, again, the price weren't bad, £8. And it was Red Ninja for the original Xbox. Do I know much about this game? No, I don't. Why was I interested in this game? Because look again, you look at these lists, don't you? You know, the top 10 underrated games or games that have gone under the radar, etc., etc. And this was one of them that was there. I do remember seeing some of the gameplay footage for it. I just thought, you know what? It's a game that I'll keep an Sorry, £8. I was like, yes, please. Happy days. This game here was part of my second walk round. It was probably one of my last purchases as well. Now, the reason I bought this game is because I cannot find the manual for the variant that I have. I haven't actually played the game yet either, but it seems to have a cover variant and I can't find a manual that goes with it. But I do actually just want to play the game and have it complete. So, that is Warriors of Primetime. Or should I say Motor Siege Warriors of Primetime. I have a different variant to this cover, but obviously mine, like I said, is missing a manual. This was complete. This was £5. Well, £5. The next two games I bought, one on the first time round, one the second time round, and I bought it from another YouTuber, and it's from Cinny Steve. Now, Cinny Steve's stall has to be the scariest stall that I approached on that market. Now, the way that the stall was done, loads of stuff, but it was just here, there, and everywhere. Now, that's not a knock. Don't take that as a knock. It's not. But the problem is that I'm not a slim guy, and I'm so clumsy. So literally trying to look for anything on his stall kind of scared me. I did not want to knock anything over. So I didn't really do a good look on his stall, but what I got, I'm really happy with. Again, this game I've looked at before. I haven't obviously bought it because the price is just a bit meh. But the £10 bought one on the PS1. The second game I bought, I was really happy again with this price because I don't know in contact how much this is, but it was about £12 the last time I looked, and it is Bit on the Wii. Obviously, it's got a version on the DS as well, which I don't own. And this one has 2 discs, so here's the bonus tracks on the second disc. I'm not going to open it because it will probably fall out. £6? Yes, please. There is one thing I wanted to buy, or something else I wanted to buy from Cinny Steve's stall, but at the time it was like, I want to see what else I can get. And he had Jinx and a game on the PS1. Now I got his disc only. He had a box, which was the side of his table, which had like spares, like incomplete stuff in it, should I say. And Jinx was the disc, manual, front inlay, it was missing the rear inlay. £10 is not a bad price for that lot. But at that point of I was looking, I was just ready to spend. So I missed out. Again, with the stuff I've already got so far, I didn't really miss out on much. Now, my last purchases come from one stall, and it's probably the only stall where I asked for something to get knocked off. Like I said, I was mainly happy with most of the prices I had. But these guys are just fantastic. The man, I don't know who the bloke is, but they are pressdartgaming.co.uk. The guy I was talking to was so friendly, and he was the only one I noticed that had the camera, or should I say the only person who said something to me about the camera on my jumper. But the 2 games that I got, now one is Danster. Simply put, this is the only Master System game that I know of that has a 2-player light phaser. Well, it is just 2-player, it can be a 2-player light phaser game. So, and it's everyone I know. So, since I know that, I've been wanting to get it. And £10, reasonable, absolutely. And the last game that I bought has been on my radar for absolutely ages. I remember it playing when I was younger. And that is Alien 3 on the Mega Drive. Now, you see it marked up at 15 quid. They knocked £5 off, which is what I asked. I simply said to him, is there any room for a deal? He says, what are you thinking? I said, £20 for the both? He was like, yeah, that's fine. So I'm mega happy with that, so thank you very much. Now, why do I want Alien 3? Well, to be honest with you, it's mainly for the death scene. Now, anyone who has not played Alien 3 but knows of the Alien franchise, they're basically, if you are not successful, a worm, alien, pops out from the chest. It's a vivid memory in my head. So to have this again, yes. Now, there was only one other thing, so I say two other things that I was looking at, and I was umming and ahhing. Obviously, at the end of the day, I left them behind. And that was Operation Wingback on the N64 and Biofreaks for the N64. Biofreaks I probably would have left behind anyway, just because I wasn't happy with the way the label looked. But that's just me. No dig at the guys who were selling it. Operation Wingback, £13 for the car was not a bad price at all, but I just got to that point where I buy the car, but I eat something to eat. Now, I was there from 11 o'clock and I didn't leave until 3. So it shows you how long I was there for. I hadn't eaten, I hadn't drunk anything, so I said, right, with the last bit of money I've got, I'm going to get something to eat, I'm going to get something to drink, and I'm already happy with everything that I had already bought. So like I said, I had a brilliant time there. Thank you to my family for, obviously, my early Christmas. Sorry to the YouTubers I did not say hello to. I just had a really good time. So, happy day. Hope the footage in the background's been alright. I did try and take out all the moments of people having vertigo or suffering with motion sickness. But until next time, I'll see you later.
You made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave me a comment below and let me know what you thought of this video. Also, let me know how you found me. Below is a link to my Facebook page. It is the only bit of social media I do between YouTube and you guys. This is where you will see photos of the items I have for sale or for trade. I do not do Twitter and I do not do Instagram. Take care.